When I first started putting in shadows on my paint, I did not like how they came out. I first put in a hard gray shadow, and blending the edge didn't work exactly how I wanted. So I went over it with a blue, but still did not like how rough the edge of that initial shadow was. So I had to go back in and alter that edge and soften it. So coming up is the video of me doing that and how I did it. So here we go. I'm going to cross my fingers and hold my breath. I do not like the edge of this shadow. I'm pretty much done with the rest of the painting, but the edge of this shadow is driving me crazy. So I am going to re-wet the whole thing and see if I can get rid of that hard line in the middle of my shadow. Now, the only reason I can do this, well, hopefully do it, is because it's a white background. If this painting did not have a white background, I obviously would not be able to go in and rework this part of the shadow because I would mess up whatever background image, color on the background, whatever, it would mess that totally up. So the only reason that I can do this, again, is because it is that white background that I'm going into. So I'm just wetting with clean water the whole shadow, and then I'm going to go in with my brush, which is my lifting brush, that's just a little bit firmer, and just super gently work the edge of that dark shadow because I just don't like how dark that edge is. So I was able to change it on the other part, but we'll see if it works on this part or if I just end up with a big mark in that shadow. But I figured it was worth it because I'm at this final stage of the painting, and every time I look at it, this big dark line just jumps out at me, and it's what my eye focuses on, and it does not look natural within this shadow. So it's either change it or live with it, and I've decided after looking at it for a few days that I just can't live with it. So we'll see if I can blend that out just a little bit, just to kind of dull the edge of that. I still want it darker next to the paint. I just don't want it to have that big dark line everywhere out there. So I'll come back in with my bluer shadow color that I had added after the second wash, after I had put that gray shadow in, and see if I can just blend out that edge without making a big mark on my paper. And of course, you never really know until it dries if you've succeeded, so we'll just hope that it all dries good. Go in and just control the edge of that a little bit in the water. I think because I've re-wet this section of the paper so many times, it's not as easy to rework. Get the edge of that water line up before it has a chance to dry like that. Blend the edge there. So I think it's definitely softer than it was, so I'm going to call that a success and get out of there.